even I didn't know before that they existed. What is this?
But congratulations for that. The question is about the journey that your film is taking, and how do you see the film is being perceived in the various countries you're going and showing it? Because, I mean, the one way we get to see it is through the posters, and I saw the French poster, which is strange because it looks like the two women are fighting against each other. The American poster has this very strange affect too. So I'm sure it's catering to what the audience thinks about your film. Do you have a sense of how they are reacting to the film? Is it different, distinct in any ways?
So, I made those posters, huh? Like, I had a say in the poster making. They proposed some ideas, and from the lot, I chose this, and I tried to make it as much as I could wiggle my way into it. It's always a negotiation with distributors. But yeah, and it's not just like it's everywhere. Distribution is a whole different mindset, which I totally don't understand. I'm learning every day about how. And then I like for me also, I was thinking, how is this poster looking? It's weird. And then I went to the cinema, and there were 30 other posters. And this poster was standing out because it was such a bright blue color. There was nobody using that color because it's such that blue plastic color of the French poster. So first I was giving galis to the distributor, thinking, what is this? They don't know anything. But then I went there and I was like, oh, it's kind of interesting. Why not? So I think the poster thing, honestly, it's something I'm still learning. And with every film, I'm trying to see what is the market thing, what is it, how I see the film, what will the audience see in that poster. So it's really for me a new, this marketing stuff is very new. So I'm learning from that, like representing the film. And I've had many arguments with distributors about this because they were like, you don't know how market it. I'm like, let's see how it goes. But yeah, I think we've had quite a decent run in decent means for an independent movie with the amount of budget we had to distribute it. So like in America also it ran only in 2 cinemas in 2 cities for a while, and then that was gone. Then in another 2 cities in 2 cinemas. In India we started off with 150 cinemas, then it became 30 cinemas, now it's like 12 cinemas. So it's always a struggle to put the film out there, and I think what is one good thing that I really appreciate is that we got some good critics writing about the film, and I really appreciate that because for us that is like a stamp it's like kind of like marketing but without us marketing, so that we don't have the money for marketing, but when people write about the film, it is sending it out, the pieces of it into the world, and maybe somebody will read it and go to the movies. So that has really helped me a lot, and I really appreciate that. He's a critic just like that.
Hi, Payal. This is a filmmaker from Bangalore.
Hi.
You're making us, as a nation, prouder day after day with many milestones and awards and accolades. I have 3 questions. Not like very long answer. Okay. Why avial? Is it like any Malayali dish?
Oh, it's all we imagine is life.
Yeah, I know. But did you plan it that way? That it should sound like that?
No, I have to say no. And actually the Malayalam title is Prabhaya Nimachadalla.
Yeah.
Which is because Prabha is the name of the character, and Prabhaya Nimachadalla is like everything you thought of as life and everything that Prabha thought, which again these guys.
Yeah. But it coincides with the name Iyer. So
it's also with the band.
Yeah, I know. So
there's one meme also going around about what happened. I love that. It was so good.
Yeah. So there's nothing to talk about the cast and the crew and the departments. With the cinematography, color grading. Obviously, you're writing But I found some uniqueness to the sound aspect of it. Sound in the sense if some tune is playing in the background, you don't feel it's like like a BGM or OST, BGM or something playing at the side. But it has some kind of uniqueness along with the narrative. So how did you do it?
Yeah, I like to work a lot with sound design and sometimes even using like daily sounds as kind of musically. So in the film, the very prominent sounds in the first half, for example, are the sound of the train. It is always there. It is a thing of Mumbai. Wherever you go, you will see the train or hear the train. So I wanted to, and it's a very important part of the city. So I wanted to have the train, even visually you will see it somewhere or the other quite often in the film. So that train sound, but the same train sound will sound different in some parts where it feels a bit musical. Like when the cooker comes, if you listen, the train is screeching on the rails, which has this very strange musical feeling. So we were trying to find this balance between, or even the waves in the second half, they have this like a rhythm, which is also being timed according to the dialogues. So it is details like this that our sound designer we worked on with this to kind of make the real sounds also a little musical or internal, like not like subjective.
It's not only with the sound, like suppose a tune is playing,
So that's why it mixes together.
Yeah, you don't feel it's something separate, but it has some uniqueness, like as though it's in a different space altogether. So, yeah.
So we wanted to do that, so that's the reality. The real sounds also become musical, so the musical sound feels very like part of that mix.
So just today I watched the Palestinian film. So I also believe the censorship shouldn't be there in the film festivals, actually anywhere. So more power to you and keep making us proud.
Hi, I'm sorry. I'm from Uzbekistan. I came to watch this film. I'm sorry, my English is not good. Just I want to ask, I know you're experimental filmmaker, independent. Do you know Siberian filmmaker Vladimir Menshov? He has film Moscow doesn't believe tears. It's film then. It's also, I think it's same. It's three women going to Moscow and it's. I think it's almost same. It's.
I will definitely watch it. Thank you for the recommendation.
Just I want to ask some influence or inspiration like this film and your.
I haven't seen it yet, but I will definitely watch it. Thank you for this lovely recommendation.
Okay.
I will meet you afterwards and write it up. Thank you.
Okay.
Hi ma'am.
Where are you? Ah, there. Wearing black. Can't see.
First of all, congratulations. I have already watched the film on YouTube. It was a beautiful experience.
Thank you.
And I came here to ask you whether the film was short on film, but I already got the answer. So I have a different question.
Yeah.
So the thing is, I just watched films. I am now related to film or academy or film. So, but during college days, I took a subject which I really liked. But even though I really like to work on that subject, the pressure from college was really, discouraging. And every time, even if I wanted to do something, if somebody instructs me to do that, I lose some, interest in that. And there is some, discussion going on whether academy is necessary in cinema or not. There are people against, film schools and all. And So how academia has helped you as a filmmaker? How academia has improved you as a filmmaker? Can we know that?
See, everybody has their own journey. I'm not saying that it's necessary to go to film school. You can be a filmmaker without that. It's about your temperament. Like sometimes I get interested in too many things. So to kind of be focused, it was good for me to go to FTI, but also like I met really amazing people there. The students especially, I felt that I learned a lot being there, and for me it was a very important time, and that's just my experience. Everybody has different experiences. People don't have the time to do 3 years, 4 years of film school. That's fair. I mean, it's a privilege to do that. So I think that it is really depending on how you are thinking, if you are able to go and all these things. In fact, I think that film school should be cheaper or almost free, so that people don't have to worry about this so much. In fact, we should have, I'm scared to say, but more grants and things like that, and support to students. Like in this NSD, they give stipend. Filmmakers should also get. Even if it is small, we should have that, so that we don't have to, because I know in our country, you tell your parents you want to do film, they will be like, Satyanas. So, if there is a support, like why are people still doing PhDs? Because there is still support for that. Like that for arts also there should be encouragement, support. Every state should have more than one film school. It's important.
Hello ma'am, I am here.
Where are you? Oh, this everybody is very black today.
All the international.
I told
I'm from Hyderabad ma'am, so firstly, Hyderabad is proud of you to get associated with you through Rana sir. So firstly, thank you for that. And the question I have is ma'am, as a filmmaker, I'm actually more eager to know your association or your thoughts about how you view the audience, because I think you're one of the very few filmmakers have seen a bit such brilliant film but also respect the audience. Like you just spoke about how we as audience deserve good film. So while you're writing your scripts, how is your thought process? Like will you keep in mind the audience you're writing for? Or is it more like, I like this scene, I like this shot, I like this song, so no matter what, I'm keeping this in the film. So, yeah, it is more about your writing process and your direction. Thank you.
Actually, I have a very fickle mind, low attention span. So, I try to keep the film active and alive for myself also. But yeah, of course, I mean, I don't think that it is something that you will compromise, that it is conflicting with what you internally want to do. But of course, you have to think about the audience, like it's a very important part of this relationship. Then it will be very, why am I showing the film then, So I think it's important. As long as you don't compromise a lot of your gaze and your politics and your things that you're talking about without kind of compromising that, if you are able to have something that you want more people to see, Last movie not many people saw, so I started thinking more and more.
Maybe take one more question.
Good evening, ma'am.
Only black shirts asking questions. Oh, okay. sorry.
Good evening, ma'am, and thank you for being here. So my question is, your movie made some debate in our WhatsApp group. So for 2 or 3 days we are discussing why this name came, and we are translating it into something like means in Malayalam. We are translating in Malayalam Laguvai Ninachadala or Pragashamai Chindichadala. In first one it is like light, which means not heavy. And second one it is like light, which is Prakasham. And another discussion was,
I am going for Prakasham.
yeah, we don't know that in Malayalam. So we are discussing for 2 or 3 days that it is Prakasham, it is not heavy, something like that.
Yes.
And they are giving some explanation.
Oh.
And another thing was,
What is the explanation?
no, they are saying something. Oh, okay. Not there. And that guy asked a long question. He was in our group. Now you can understand. Okay, and another one is like why you selected Prabha and not Prakasham. Like
How her name will be Prakasham?
that you understood. You didn't watch that movie that time.
Then how you will know?
That time. Yeah, simply making some assumptions.
Okay, fair. Okay, you know I had the same problem in France because they thought light was like light, so I was like, no, Lumiere.
And my question is, why you come up with that name? Specifically, why you come up with that name?
I was thinking a lot about, like, in our culture, a lot of times we are expected to follow what there is because that is the way. Like, we won't do film because it is in our way to do engineering in doctor, and that is the way. Or it is the way to be married at a certain age. It is the way. We say in Hindi we will say aisa hi hai. But my question is why? So for me the Prabha is the possibility of something that you don't in a place where you are so conditioned to think that there is only one way. You can't imagine there is another way. It's not possible. So, but I think it's always possible. And that's only how change happens. That is what the life is.
Okay, actually more than a question, it's going to be like a statement to you because this is like a fangirl moment right here. But fangirl who hasn't watched any of your movies, which I just
Did you get a ticket for today?
yes. I hope I managed to get it. So many
Did you any in the cinema? Today's what day? No, but in Trivandrum it's there.
Yeah, the thing is, my friends would know. I've been trying to watch a film since so long. Hasn't really happened. I'm hoping today is that day. Very sad, yes. So, what I wanted to tell you is, like I said, more than a question. I don't know if my facts are right from what I read through stories on Instagram and everything like that. Is that you are one among the 4 Asian women who've been nominated for such great Western awards, and I understand we are not going to be yeah, first woman in Golden, right? So I know we don't need to be validated by those people, but the fact that I'm shivering when I'm asking this, the fact that an Indian woman is holding a prestigious nomination like this honestly gives somebody like me, who's an aspiring actor, maybe one day a director, I don't know, that it is possible. And I'm shivering. I just want to say thank you so much for keeping it going. And I bet you had so many struggles, even though your mom is a painter, not an actor, but you, like you said, you've been very privileged. But the fact that you continue to protest, or the fact that you say ki, when someone says aisa hi hai, you're like, cute. That resonates a lot, and I'm sure so many of us are going to make it there here. And kudos to that. I'm sure you will. Thank you so much.
Only because you are very purple. That is the color of our book.
So, can you please elaborate about the funding process as an independent filmmaker? So, if you are allowed to say the budgets, how does that work?
Budgets, it will be weird to say, but it was not very big. It is like we applied a lot to different funding. If some of you are filmmakers who want to do this way, first thing first is to find a producer who will produce it here and producer in a country that has money. So one good country is France because they really feel their equality and so that's you should apply for that. Once you get, how will you find the producer? Now you will ask. So actually over there we have every film festival, every big film festival has a lab or a market which you can apply to. Cannes has one, it has two actually. It has the atelier and I think it has one market also. The atelier has a prize of some cash also and producers come there and listen to you about your project. Then you will meet people. So you have to apply for that. Then Berlin, Berlin Film Festival, it also has a talents. That's where I met my producer. So like that, every film festival, Locarno has one. Locarno has this kind of a student section and a lab, I think. So like that, if you go, IFFK has a very good one. If you go and check out every festival, you will find a market or a lab. You have to apply to that with your project. Better if you have an Indian producer, somebody who you get along with, somebody who has the same taste in films and who wants to support you, not financially, but in every other way, that person, and you can apply to these different markets. There you will meet a producer from another country. France is a country that is favorable to us. Unfortunately, the Germans don't want to give us for some reason. But there are many funds in France. So once you get that producer, they will start applying for the funds for you. Because at the end of the day, how much can you do? Like as a director, you have to write the film, you have to do so many things. It's not possible to. So you need somebody who is helping with that. You have to write the application. That's sorry. So that you cannot escape. But they will tell you like what is the kind of curation of that fund? What do you need to give? 4 pages, 5 pages? What all do they require? Then, so this you don't know now. You're sitting over here with some funds in some random country. So that way, you find that person, and then they will help you. You have to do many years of writing grants. It's very boring, but you have to do it. And then after that, we got the funding slowly, but we didn't get all of it together. So we had some for writing, some for research. Then I will apply for some for pre-production, so that I can spend some time in Ernakulam. We were doing casting there to find money to do that. Then to shoot the film, you get it in parts. Then there they also have a lot of TV channels that support you, like Arte. It's a very big TV channel that supports independent films and more art house films. We should also have. This. So like that, slowly, till the day you finish shooting, you're still applying. Because then you have to apply for post-production funding. So like that, you have to do it. But for me, I like this process because I am a little bit nerdy. I like to go through, this process. I enjoy it. It's also a lot of rejection. So you have to be used to that. Like that's why it's like you get 5 grants will say no, and then you will get 1. And then it goes on like that. But it's a process where you can write something in the grant and then you can make the film. You can read between the lines.
Okay, great. So, as your film treats the notion of time, we have also been completely oblivious of the fact that 80 minutes have whooshed past us. And the session was originally meant for 60 minutes, so I'm afraid we'll have to call it a day today. And Payal, just the way you transgress the boundaries between fiction and non-fiction, I think your presence as a person amongst us has blurred the lines between a celebrated filmmaker and the common audience. We honestly feel you're just one amongst us, and be a better version. But thank you so much for that endearing conversation. That's all that I would
say. Thank you, Payal, for much. Thank you for the you are just pushing her again and again to do this. Okay. Okay, that's all. Anyway, thanks to all of you who find time to attend this. Normally we don't find this much. That's a fact. This much crowd in this for these sessions. Though we had this very important person. So we are person. Yeah. Not DAP. I'm free. I'm free. I went. I'm free.
Yeah, friends, I enjoy guys.
Yeah. Thanks. All of you and bye.
Thank you all. Thank you.